Hi guys, Nova Fox here and welcome back to another episode of Niche. Unfortunately, because the February update did come out, it means that I lost the old episodes that I was doing. I lost that tribe. So I've had to go and start a new game in the new update. And this is the Adam and Eve that I have started with this time. I am very happy with this. They have the antlers, spiky body, and Eve actually was generated with a claw and the nimble fingers, which is amazing. So it looks like she's got the fishing tail as well. Yeah. So let's get right into this, and she can go ahead and pick these berries. Now, because this island is so small, what I'm going to do is I'm going to breed them a few times, explore a little bit of the island, probably not all of it, and then move Adam and Eve's family off to the larger island over here, as there's really not much we can do here in terms of getting them strong enough to move to the jungle biome, which is over here. So let's get started on Adam and Eve's family. Let's have her breed with Adam, and he can collect this grass and this over here. And I'm just going to check the mutation menu. I know there's a lot of new things that have been added to it, like the stinky tail, velvet paw, warning spots. Where are they? Warning dots. Yeah, I think that's it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, let me see. I'm going to put in the runner leg and the normal eyes, I think. Yeah, I think I may even put the runner leg in first. Actually, no, I'll put the eyes in first. The eyes are a bit more important than the no paw at this stage. So let's go ahead and do that and skip the turn. And it looks like we did not get a no-pawed baby. However, he has carried the blind eyes from his mother Eve in his recessives. And he did get the spiky body, which is good because now they don't actually harm the pack mates as much as they used to. So that's actually really good for defense. I'm not going to go changing their names just yet. I think I'm going to wait until we get to the other island before I start changing their names. So for now, I think we'll get Eve to pick these and then move off the nest. Actually, let's check. Oh my god, look how many moles there are. And is that a bunny? Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to move Adam up here. And yeah, it went down. But at least we can scout out this area. And I'm going to move Eve here and just have a look around there. And skip the turn. Move Kuvank here out of the nest towards this berry bush. And I think I'll have Eve come back to the nest so that she can pick these berries. Adam can breed with her again and pick some of them. And I think I'm going to keep the mutation menu the same, as that seemed to work in keeping out the blind eyes and the short-sighted eyes from the active genes and into the recessive. So let's go ahead and skip the turn again. Okay, so we got the cracker jaw. I'm not sure where that came from. Okay, looks like Eve. Yeah, that came from Eve. And he has these lovely white antlers. They are cool. Normal eyes, normal eyes. Yeah, this guy seems alright. And he did get the claw, but he does have the no paw. So he's definitely not going to be helping us with picking these berries. And we don't even have a tree on this island. So hopefully we can keep the cracker jaw in for the future. But for now, he will just have to hunt these moles, probably. So let's move Eve out and start exploring over here. At least we do have the bunny burrow over here. And Adam, you can pick the rest of these berries, and we'll skip again. I love these green eyes. Right, so let's move this little guy. Where should we move him, actually? We'll move him down here just so that he can clear out this area. I think maybe we shouldn't breed Adam and Eve again for a little while, and we'll just concentrate on collecting for now and exploring the area a little bit more. So I skipped the turn again, and we do have a little mole come up over here, but I think the berries are a little bit more important at the moment, as we can deal with that guy in a minute. Can he collect? No, I don't think he can collect. He can collect the acorns, but it doesn't look like he can collect from the berry bushes. So I'm going to move him down here. Actually, I guess he can just look in all this grass here. And let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Adam here just to pick these berries and skip the turn again. And I am going to breed them again on this turn. And hopefully we can get the berry paw on one of these guys. So let's have a look at this first and pick some berries. And then bring Eve back down here. And Adam can use his turn to breed with her. And then Kuvankia can pick these. Let's see. I think Rota should start moving off in this direction. Or maybe next turn I'll move him up here actually, so that he can sort of wait by the moles and see what they're up to. Let's skip the turn again. And we got another crackerjaw, and he looks so cool with those red antlers. I'm really glad that we're keeping the antlers in actually. They look so sweet with them. So I'm going to keep Kuvankia here. Actually, I think... Nope. He couldn't get him in time. Okay, let's have her pick these berries. And I may actually get Adam down here to pick some of these. And his son can just start scouting out the area. Another berry bush, and it looks like, yes, we did unlock the berry paw. So I'm going to put that in there. Just because we are lacking in the berry paws at the moment. And I'm going to move Eve off of the nest because it does stunt the baby's growth quite significantly in this update. So let's skip the turn. Nothing's jumping out at us just yet, but I did hear something. Doesn't look like there's any wandering creatures out there. So I do want to breed Adam and Eve again. We do seem to have enough food for it in this area. So I'm going to move her son down here. And we can move Adam back up here. And this little guy can continue clearing out all of this grass. Let's have Eve pick as many of these berries as she can. Come back into this nest to pick these. And then Adam can breed with her. And hopefully we will get the berry paw in this next offspring. Just so that there's something we definitely need to bring to the next island with us. And Kuvankia, I think I'm going to keep having you up in this direction to see what we can find. But for now, I'll skip again. Wow, we are just breeding so many crocodiles right now. This girl is gorgeous. Renana. I think that's Renana. And she did get the berry paw as well. One of the nimble fingers. I keep calling it that. And the spiky body and white antlers again. She is gorgeous with her black eyes. Wow, okay. So it seems like the crocodile is very, very dominant over the poison fangs, which is something I did kind of want to keep on these guys. I guess we'll just try and bring that back into the genes later on. So can we pounce on this mole? It's looking right where Adam would have to stand. So for now I'm going to move Eve over here, have her pick these berries, and it looks like it's facing away, but I don't quite trust it. Now it's definitely facing away. Okay, so we can grab him this time. Is there anything else for you to pick? No, I'll move him back down here to pick some of these berries. And Takirvan can pick his first berries. And now Rota. I think we'll start moving you off in this direction and just see what we can find up in this area. And I wonder how many we can actually fit to migrate on here. It looks like all of these green tiles are actually the migration tiles. So that's quite interesting. That's a lot of creatures that we're going to have to breed or discover on this island to fill all of these up. So I think that's it for this turn. Yeah, I think that is all that we can do. So I'm going to skip the turn again, and hopefully we will find a creature off in this grass soon, because our genes are getting very, very similar with these guys. It looks like all of them have A, apart from Adam. Yeah, so that's not great for the future. Let's move to Kirvan. We can move him off in this direction to start helping his brother. And, oh, hello. Silico, and she does have the no paw, but she does have that new velvet paw, which may come in handy just to have even in the recessives later on. So we are definitely going to be inviting her to the pack, and she does have D and B, which we really need. The only bad thing is, again, that no paw and these eyes, so we will have to watch out for that. But I think I've been breeding it out okay, apart from the blind eyes. But we don't have any short-sighted creatures here, I don't think. So she is a perfect match for any of these boys. So I'm going to go ahead and invite her in, and she can clear out this grass over here for us. And we'll have Rota clear out this. And I think because we have so many berry bushes that we can have maybe one more baby between Adam and Eve. I think that may be a good idea. So let's start moving Renana down here between these two. And Eve can pick her berries. That's all her turns. I did not mean to do that. At least we can have Adam breed with her on the next turn. And we can have Kuvankir move up in this direction again and pick some of these. Adam, you can pick these. And I think that's it. Yeah, so I'm going to skip the turn again. Okay, so we've got a little mole popped up here, so I'll deal with him in a moment, but I do want to figure out who we're going to breed Silaka with. It does look like she is the perfect match for Adam, but I don't want any more of these genes to creep into the pack. But it does look like they all have F as well, so yeah. I think I'll breed her with one of the sons, maybe even Kuvankir over here. See. Oh, okay, so Rota does not have the blind eyes in his recessives, but he does have the no paw, and that's a little bit worrying. So I think I'm going to risk the no paw over the blind eyes. But I do think that if I put the normal eyes in the 30% slot, there's a very little chance of them passing the blind eyes on. And I don't know whether it's too risky to have a blind creature this early in the game, but I think I will go for the safe option and breed her with Rota, considering he did find her off in the grass as well. Maybe we can get those beautiful ram horns. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to breed her with Rota, and then I will breed her with Kuvankir, and we'll just see which is the best pairing, and then they can sort of keep having babies. Breed her with him, and actually she can make a nest right here. That would be quite neat, and then she can pick these berries, and Rota can continue. Oh, and there's a mole right there. Continue exploring. I do see this bunny here, but it doesn't look like Eve can pounce on it. So I'll have her pick these berries and breed with Adam one more time. Or maybe not one more time. We'll just have to see how it goes. Now, Takiravan can clear out this grass. And we were getting Renana to move in between these bushes, weren't we? Because of her berry paws. She's perfectly happy there. Eve is going to give birth in the next turn. I'm thinking what I can do, actually, is maybe put the Poison Fangs in here and see if they are more dominant than the Crackjaw, just so that we have a little bit of variety on our creatures. But then I don't want the risk of having the no paw or the eyes. I think I'm going to leave that how it is. And they are both having their babies at the same time. I'm going to pop the runner leg in here. Where are you? Here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the velvet paw in here and just sort of see whether we can pull that out, maybe in the recessives, just so that we have it ready for later. And let's move Kuvankir. Can you get this guy? Yes, you can. And we can go ahead and skip the turn. So we got a little female and a male. So this girl did not get the velvet paw, but she has got the running leg and the claw, which is great. And she doesn't have the blind eyes or the short-sighted eyes. So that is good. And Anasra, I haven't actually seen that name before. That's lovely. Let's have a look at this little guy over here. So he actually managed to get the double no paw, so I think that this is not the best breeding. So I think what I'll have to do is bring one of the brothers over here. Let's see. yeah, maybe even to Kirvan is a good idea because of his 2 running legs. And I think I might do that now. Oh, we have to wait until the little baby is grown up. So on the next turn, I will breed these 2 together and hopefully we can do something about that no paw. But for now, let's move Eve off of the nest to pick her berries. Kuvanke can do the same. And now this little mole is facing the wrong way, so Adam can come up here and snatch him. Do you see this bunny constantly around here? I wonder if we do have a burrow somewhere off in the distance. And little Renana can pick her berries. And for now, I suppose Silako can start exploring up here. Actually, let's have a look, considering she's moved quite far out. So we've got another mole over there. And a berry bush over here. So we'll get to Kirvan to check that out for us. And then, yeah, maybe even Rota. Oh, he can't collect, can he? So I'm going to have him explore off in this direction. See if we can find any more wandering creatures. I think that's all. Silaka, you can pick these berries for us. And there's a bunny. And yeah, let's skip the turn. So it does look like we're doing okay with the food. But Eve and Adam are getting quite old, so I don't want to move over to the other island until I have a full-ish pack. Let's get this bunny first of all, actually. Collect that meat, and then we will move Taraduk off of this nest and put his mother back in. So I'm going to breed these guys. To Kirvan, you can move back down here and explore this grass. And I think I'm going to do the same for Rota. He can just start looking over here, making sure this nest is safe. Renata, and that bunny is back again, and yet again Eve is just out of reach of it. So let's have Renara pick her berries. And we'll move Anastra off of the nest. Now she does have the claw and the running leg, so she may be able to come down here and help her sister with these bushes and with clearing out this regrowing grass which keeps appearing. Debating whether to breed Adam and Eve one last time and just see if we can pull out maybe even the stinky tail. That may be a good idea, actually. So on the next turn, I will breed Adam and Eve one last time, as I don't want to mess with the mutation menu for Silako's baby. So for now, we'll have Eve pick the berries, and Kuvanke will do the same. And I think maybe Kuvanke is going to start moving off in this direction, because I do want to find him a mate, as he's the only male who hasn't had a baby yet. So it would be nice to find him a female off in the grass for him to start his family with. And Adam can pick these berries for now. And yeah, so let's just check the mutation menu for Silaka. So I want the normal eyes in here. And I'm actually going to put in... Yeah, I think I'm going to put in the runner leg. But there should be a very, very, very small, maybe even 0% chance that she gets a baby with 2 no paws. I'm not sure. And he got 1 no paw. So what I'm going to do for this turn is I will move Silako off of this nest. Oh my god. Okay. And Amela. Wow, she looks like a fox. And all of her genes seem to be perfect. So we are getting so lucky. And she has the digging paw, which is something I definitely want. And I'm so happy that so many of our creatures are actually keeping this fishing tail, because it will come in handy when we move on to the bigger biomes where we can go into the water and fish. So that is really helpful. So we are definitely inviting her in. And for now, I guess she can just start clearing out this grass for us. Oh, and there's a bunny. So I'm going to grab you. And I think Kuvanke can come down here. Okay, we did manage to get both of those. I was a bit unsure. And yes, I was going to breed Adam and Eve one last time. So I'll move Eve up here and have her breed with Adam and pick as many berries as she can. Then Anastra can start on this bush while her sister, who is grown up now, I love her so much, she can start picking from this bush and get rid of this regrowing grass. Now, let's see what to do with Taroduk. I'm not really sure what to do with this guy, so I think I'm just going to move him up here and he can start exploring for us as well. And his mother can come along here and keep him company. Let's have a listen. We've got a bunny and another bush, and we've got a load of roots around here. So maybe Animela, after she's had some of her family, can start collecting some of these roots, because that is so helpful if you're at a loss for fish or berry bushes or trees. You can just find food anywhere. So let's have Rota clear out some more of this grass. And yep, that looks like another nest, and that's a permanent one, which is great because we are a bit low on nests at the moment. To Kirvan, actually you can spend your turn to pick these berries. We do seem to be doing okay for food, and there's a bunny. So I'm going to check the mutation menu for Adam and Eve. I think, we did get the claw. I think I'm going to leave it how it is, and we'll see what their last baby looks like. And she got those white antlers again. I'm in love with these white antlers. She did unfortunately get the no paw, but she has a spiky body, the claw, and the fluffy tail, which is amazing because I really wanted to keep that in the pack and a meme. Okay, so let's move Eve off to collect some of her berries. I should have got that bunny, I didn't think. And Kivanke can pick up all this meat that he collected. And let's see, Adam can come here and actually get rid of this mole. I'm going to move Rokir off of this nest, and I think I'm going to breed Animela on this turn. Now, who can we breed her with? Okay, we may have to wait until next turn because I really don't want to be breeding with Rota, as I'm worried about having too many creatures with the no paw. So I think I'll move her onto the nest. Doesn't look like she can reach it, so she can just pick the berries for now. And then Silako can browse through this grass. There's that bunny again, and we can't get him. And I think I'm actually going to get Rota to clear out this grass here so that I don't forget about the nest. It looks like that's all we can do for this turn. So I'm going to skip... Oh, don't know what happened with the camera there. I'm going to skip the turn, and it did rain. So let's... Oh, I don't know whether we can get this bunny, actually. I think it is more important at the moment to take these berries before he does. Let's move the little baby off of there. I love that tail, especially with the kind of red fur and the spots. I really, really love that, and the white antlers. Let's actually have a look at what she looks like when she's grown up. Who was it? Animeme. She just looks amazing. Oh, those spikes look so cool. Wow, I love her a lot. Okay, so let's get on with this turn. First and foremost, I do want to move Animela to a nest. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to breed her to Kirvan. So let's move her. I think we'll pick these berries. And then I'll move her straight onto this nest. And then Kirvan can come down here and breed with her. And we'll have Rota move up this way and find another nest, which is brilliant. Tarodu, you can continue looking in this grass, and your mom can give you a hand. I think what I'm going to do is destroy this nest and get a few pieces of grass back, and then Rokir can move here and pick from this bush on the next turn. Let's see. Renana can pick all of her berries, and I'm not even going to try and get that bunny because I know it's out of reach. So let's have Adam. Okay, they've got 2 more turns left. I'm not going to have any more babies with them just because we already have 12 creatures and at least half of them are related somehow. So what we'll do is just pick these berries on their last turns. And I think that's it. So now I just want to sort out the mutation menu for Animela's baby. And this will be the baby that ends out the episode. So she has the digging paw, which is something that I really want. But she also has the short-sighted eyes, and Takuvan has the blind eyes and putting the digging paw. And if this doesn't work, I can just try over and over again to get this digging paw. And maybe even the crocodile, that would be a good combination. But let's see what this baby looks like. Okay, so she luckily has perfect eyes. And she got the nimble fingers somehow. I'm not really sure how she... Okay, her mother has the nimble fingers, right. And she got the spiky body, the big nose. Where did that come from, actually? Okay, Animela carries it in her recessive, so that's where that came from. So this girl didn't have the digging paw, but she does have the berry paw, so we'll just try again next episode to get that digging paw, because it will be really, really helpful in the future. But that's going to be enough for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.